everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for this special edition of the Strackhouse. It's a holiday edition. So we are going to talk Christmas. We are going to talk about all of the fun things that you can do if you're still looking for gifts or you just want some crafts to do with the family. And we are bringing on, of course, the lifestyle expert, Trista Perot. She's a lifestyle blogger, Tried and True by Trista, where she gives you all the how-tos and product reviews. Trista, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
I know. I'm so excited. I never get to do these kinds of shows. So I was so excited when we reconnected. A little bit of backstory for you. Trista used to be on my show at K10, NBC affiliate here in North Texas. And it was so much fun. You always came out and had the most creative ideas and ways to just kind of bring some extra pizzazz to your house. I loved it.
Well, they were my favorite spots, so I will follow you anywhere.
Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy. Well, I'm so excited I get to share you with the whole Strackhouse crowd now. So we are going to talk about ornaments and some other fun stuff you can do, and I have a whole Mod Podge of stuff I have in front of me that we've gathered. So I'm going to let you take it away and take us kind of through what we're going to be doing.
Okay, no problem. So, a lot of times at Christmas, people, they want to make a gift. It's more meaningful to have a handmade gift, right? So makers like myself, we have to have an outlet. So something that's trending right now, you'll see it a lot on Etsy, but I don't want you to be intimidated. You can do this at home because this is such an easy craft that you can add a little personalization to your tree, or ornaments are a really popular gift to give to people, and this is a way that you can make a custom ornament. The whole family can get on this. So we're gonna keep it simple today and show you a couple of techniques that you can do, your kids can do, your husband can do with you. I mean, it can make it a whole family affair, or if you want to inexpensively change all the ornaments on your tree, you could do that too.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. And just to prove to you that what she's saying is true, I ran around and got something from Home Depot, Lowe's, so it's very easy to do. It really is. You don't need a ton of stuff. So
Exactly.
There we go.
Okay, so this is just a sheet of ceramic tiles. I keep calling them wall tiles because they're actually on the wall in my bathroom. So
oh, perfect.
But they come in different sizes. These particular ones are from Home Depot, and they're about 3 inches wide. A sheet of these is only about $7, and my sheet has 18 of them on there. So you can start to do the math and see how inexpensive of an ornament craft this can be. So that's what we're gonna start
I have
with.
14 for, I think it was like something like $5.50.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap. I mean, we're really looking at like pennies, and a lot of the things that you're going to be using are maybe scrap materials that you had anyway, supplies you already had. If not, they're really not that expensive to acquire either. So
perfect. Okay, so which one are we gonna do first?
Okay, so I thought I would show you just kind of a simple version of the ceramic tile.
Oh,
so this right
so
here,
cute.
It's just a couple of stickers, a little bit of ribbon, and glue. So I really feel like most people can handle this. So
we're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Okay, so things you should know about this. The 3-dimensional sticker, I'm gonna hold it up here so you can see it. Okay, so the 3-dimensional sticker is store-bought. For this one that we're working on today, right there, I did use a personal cutting machine for the monogram. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy, a machine that's a couple $100. Don't do that. You can buy simple, gold letters, little chipboard letters that are already pre-made at the craft store. So don't feel like this is, out of your league by any means. But, however, I did send Sarah some so that she can play along with me, right? Okay, so, and I like your letters because they're big, so they take up a lot of room on the ornament, right? Okay, so we're gonna start with just a plain tile, right? And so you're just gonna pull it off of this sheet. They're attached with a little bit of netting. Don't worry about it, just yank it off. It's gonna have a good grip, but you can take it off. The other side is a little bit rough. Now, when you're done with these, you could cover it with some felt if you wanted to, but you don't have to because that's the side that's going to hang into the tree. Okay, so we've got just a plain ornament here. Just start with your sticker. So for these, if you're not familiar with a silhouette or a Cricut machine, this is die cut vinyl, and then I've put a transfer sheet right on top of it. And that allows you to lift the design. You can lift the design right off of the back of the vinyl. So you're gonna take it, yep, you got it, and then just position it on your ornament wherever you would like for it to appear.
I'm always so nervous when I do that portion. I'm like, oh gosh, if I mess up.
Well, that's why you have a clear sheet, because you can see straight through it. So that helps a lot. So just position it wherever you want it on the ornament. We will be calling tiles ornaments forever here going forward.
Perfect, I love it.
All right, and then you just kind of rub it down. I typically use like the back of a plastic spoon just to sort of rub it down, but these will probably stick without doing that. And then you just gently peel off the transfer tape, which is the clear part on there. And if it starts to lift up a little bit, just roll it back down and smooth it out and press it again. So here's mine.
I'm moving like molasses here.
It's totally fine.
It's so cute.
So if you're just using store-bought stickers, obviously you don't have that sort of extra step. You can just peel it off the sheet and stick it on there. Okay, but now that you have your letter on there, I've got these little 3-dimensional stickers. They're little holly berries. So I'm just gonna grab one of these. I think I'm gonna go with a green glittery one.
And then for those of us who maybe using glitter or whatever it is, you can just use Gorilla Glue. Will that work?
So I use the Gorilla Glue. That's a super, super strong sealer. I would use Mod Podge if you want to put glitter all over your ornaments, but I'm about to show you a way that you can put glitter on it that's even easier. Okay, so you're just gonna put your extra little embellishments on your ornament. And that was a 2-step process, right? Okay, so now, how are you gonna get it on the tree? So that's the key, right? All right, so I do 2 more steps. I will take about 5 inches of ribbon. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. And cut that. I like to cut it at an angle because then it doesn't fray as easily.
And it looks cute.
I take about 5 inches of ribbon, just loop it over, and I kind of cross it a little bit. You could staple this to sort of hold it in place so that it kind of stays exactly the way you want. But then all you're gonna do is flip your ornament over and use a little dab of, this is the glue that I like to use. It's called E6000, but you can also use Gorilla Glue, either one. But this glue is really smelly and it's not good for you to inhale it. So don't use that inside. And don't use that with the kids. You need to use a really super strong glue because the tiles are kind of heavy. And so you need the ribbon to stick to it. If you just used hot glue, it would come off a lot easier. And especially over time in your attic, with the heat, the hot glue is not going to stick nearly as well. And you don't have to re-stick it every year.
Good to know. I was wondering, I almost got a hot glue gun out and then I was like, well, she told me Gorilla Glue, so there's got to be a reason.
Yeah, like if you put hot glue like on the front of this tile, you would be able to just pop that off super easy. But this stuff is not coming off. So you just need a little bit of dab, and here's a tip. Put it towards the top of the ornament. You'll be tempted to kind of put it down here where the ornament's bigger, but then the weight of it will pull away. So you really want to put it towards the top so the ribbon is right there at the top of your ornament. So once you've got your little loop attached to it, I do one more thing to sort of finish mine off, and that is the little bow. Let me remind you so you can see. So I do a little kind of a bow right here, and you know, this is tiny, so I don't actually tie a bow. This is a cheat that you can do. So just take your ribbon and tie a knot in it and cut it. Just one single knot, doesn't even have to be double knotted. Just like this. I mean, you could do a bow, but it's going to take up a lot of space on your tile. So, all right. So I just make it look kind of like a little bow tie. Cut the edges so that it doesn't fray. And you're going to glue it with that E6000 or the Gorilla Glue right there on the top, like a little bow tie. Okay, so after you've kind of gotten a taste for this and you're ready to move on to something a little more advanced, what you can do, this is not too crazy, don't worry. These tiles take to glue, these tiles take to paint amazingly. They do so well. Okay, so like here's a red one, and I've covered it, this is that same white tile, and I've covered it with this Rust-Oleum 2x coverage, and I only did one coat of it. And as you can see, it turns out super smooth and coverage really, really great. So for this one, we're going to do a little Santa.
Oh, how cute.
Okay, so for the Santa belt, this one's pretty easy. Even if you don't have a vinyl cutter, what you can do at the store is buy just a sheet of the black vinyl and a sheet of the gold, and you can to make the Santa belt. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same as what we did before, although we've painted it now. So we're gonna take our little belt sticker, and these tiles that I have are about 3 inches across. Let me put that back on camera. They're about 3 inches across, so just place that around the big Santa belly middle. And then if you've made yours a little bit too long, looks like mine are just a smidge too long, you can just drape it over the edges. And you could just cut this with an X-Acto knife, or if you have really sharp scissors, that would work too. And then this is just a rectangle with a rectangle cut out of the middle, so can't get much simpler than that. And these sheets I think you can still buy them in sheets at the store for a couple dollars. And obviously you could get 50 Santa belts out of there or more. So, okay, so that was super simple. And then you're just gonna add your ribbon to this one as well to finish it off. And I used as you can see, kind of a black glittery ribbon to sort of dress that up.
A fancy Santa.
It's a fancy Santa. Here's a little rhinestone one you could use. And then I add the bow too. All right, so that's another way that you could do the vinyl. One of my favorite ways, if you're into the Grinch, is you can also, if you've got a silhouette, this I would not recommend hand cutting, but if you do have a silhouette, or you could probably buy this off of many different vendors on Etsy, that they could create this decal for you. And so it's just 2 colors.
Maybe even if you're a really good artist, you could probably do it with permanent marker, right?
Absolutely. You know, I have a lot of friends who are great at hand lettering, and hand lettering on these would just be super fun. They would look amazing. And you could do that kind of farmhouse feel, or you could do something really upscale. One other thing I wanted to show you with just the store-bought vinyl, you can also buy vinyl in these rolls, and it's like a printed vinyl, so there's a design on it. You can simply lay this vinyl down and cover your ornament with it. So that's
so
another way
easy.
that you can change the color, maybe into more intricate design, and then put your initial on top of it. So I think
And you're so right. I mean, I just grabbed some of kind of this basic acrylic paint.
Yes, you could use that too.
Yeah, I just used it right now, and it's currently drying, but
See, it's beautiful.
so easy.
So easy. Yeah, you wouldn't have to do the spray paint. I mean, I was trying to do a bunch of them at one time, so it's done. But yeah, you could use painter's tape to do some different designs on there and kind of, mark it off. Here's one with the patterned vinyl.
Oh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh.
So you could
Well,
also
now I
do
wanna
like
go get the
painter's
vinyl.
tape and make your own little design on there and just do the red. So you're halfway to this one already.
Well, you're helping me. I don't know. This is definitely beyond my normal scope. I love it.
Okay, so I heard you say that you have glitter, right?
I do. Yes, I have.
So glitter
bunch.
would look amazing on this. Yes, and you've got some great colors there. So the way that I would apply glitter is you can take your Mod Podge, cover the whole ornament with your Mod Podge, and then sprinkle your glitter on top and let it dry. But then there's one more important step. You need to go back and do another layer of Mod Podge on top so that the glitter won't flake off.
Oh, how interesting. Okay, so that's how mom and dad you can keep from the kids getting totally messy.
Exactly. But if you don't want the kids to use the glitter in the house, I do have a solution for that as well. Spray paint to the rescue again. This actually applies really well to these tiles. Here's an example of it.
Oh, that looks awesome.
The thing to remember, if you're going to use like spray glitter, this actually comes out almost like a paste. And it's when you get done with it, the surface is just a little bit rough. And so if you're gonna put a sticker or like maybe chipboard letters to it, here's an example that we did. And these are store-bought letters in a package, just like Sarah showed you, that I used E6000 to glue them down. But what I would do first is, those. I would cover the whole thing with Mod Podge to build up a layer so that it's not so rough on it.
Oh, that's perfect. For those who aren't familiar with what Mod Podge is, can you talk a little bit about what it is? Because it's kind of like it's more than a glue.
It is more than a glue. This is glorious. This is like one of my favorite craft supplies.
It is.
My love for Mod Podge
And
runs
you know,
deep.
it's so cheap. I got this one. This one I think I got at like Walmart for maybe $2.
Yes.
And it was
So
great.
This is my workhorse, and this is the glossy version. Mod Podge, they have glossy, they have matte, they have
this
a
is the
version that you can put on to make things food safe. So say I'm about to show you another technique, but say you wanted to do some wine glasses with it. Well,
Very cool.
You need to protect it and make sure that it's food safe. So they even have a food safe version. So it's a sealer and a glue, but not the kind of glue like Elmer's, or it'll hold paper, which is a great segue into another version that you can do.
Yay! Okay, let's see
With
it.
your ornaments. And these, I'm going to show you two right here. These are made by decoupaging with Mod Podge. And decoupage just means you're putting down a layer of like light glue, and then you're going to put down paper on top of it. So for these, one of
They're
these
so
was made with a
cute.
Christmas napkin, a pretty napkin like we talked about in our Friendsgiving thing. And the other one is just tissue paper. So if you have like a fun piece of tissue paper that maybe a gift came in, perfect, yes, adorable. Those are perfect, yep. So you can use those on these as well. And then just,
And what do? You just cut them up and then set them on top?
yes, so for these, what you're going to do is cover the whole thing. And I do have a video of this on my website, so you can go and and see it. You would cover the whole thing with Mod Podge, like a light layer, and then lay down your tissue paper and then do another layer of Mod Podge on top. And then go ahead and do your stickers and your ribbon and everything else like we just did.
Very cool. Oh my gosh, I love all of this, Trista. And I know that, you know, if anyone has questions, they can always go to your website. One more time, what is that website?
It is triedandtruebytrista.com.
And I know you do so many other fun crafts. You know, I know we can't kind of get into everything, but what are some other things that I know you do a gingerbread every year?
We do I'll have to send you a picture. I participate in a gingerbread house building, decorating. The houses are already built. A gingerbread decorating contest every year with Reliant, and it benefits local charities. But what I have found is that there is this really cool reusable gingerbread house, so you can do it all year. So that's amazing, cool. And I'll send you a picture of that.
Yes, please do. You can do it for every holiday.
Yes, there's a Valentine's Day house, there's a Halloween house, there's a turkey house.
I love it. I love it. And anything else you want to talk about kind of before we let people go and get to crafting?
Did you want to do the alcohol ink one?
Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, thank God you reminded me. Okay, I don't have the supplies for this, so this one's all Trista. I'm not going to even pretend to try to hop in here. So this is going to be all you. Yes, I want to see that one too, for sure.
All right, so there's one more style that I want to show you before we go. And this maybe will look intimidating, but it's so super easy, and you're going to fall in love with it, and you're going to be doing this to everything. These are made with alcohol inks. Have you ever used alcohol inks?
So I've never seen or used them actually.
Okay, so this is going to be a little bit mind-blowing for you, all right?
Okay.
So here's another one that I did with it. It kind of has that tie-dye effect.
Yeah.
I'm really into tie-dye right now, so maybe if you're making an ornament for a teenager, they would love to see, you know, tie-dye with their name on it. So this is a super easy way to do it. All right, so got the can there. Here's one that I finished.
I love that.
Previous, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your white tile like we had before. Okay, and these are alcohol inks. They're really concentrated inks that will stick well to glass, tile, ceramics, you know, all of those things. So you don't have to buy a lot. These are not super expensive, and they're usually sold in like 3s. So this is probably 2 separate sets because the colors will be picked for you. You don't actually get to pick the 3. So you're gonna need like a little applicator, and this is, as you can see, well loved, and it is
the best things are.
That's right. And it just looks like a rubber stamp, except on the end of it, it has Velcro. So you can buy these little cotton pads. They come with the applicator tool. You just stick it on the end. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to take the teensiest bit of your alcohol ink and just put a couple of drops on the ink pad. And then take another color and put it like next to it or wherever you want. I like to make mine a little bit abstract. You can also use a blending tool if you want to make them a little bit lighter. This is definitely something, if you're going to do it with the kids, put a lot of paper down so it doesn't stain things, because remember, these are highly pigmented, and so they don't rinse out very easily.
Okay, so this is more of like a trash bag all over type craft.
It is, yes. Okay, so as you can see, I've only put a few little drops on here, and this is where the magic happens. Okay, so we've got a clean tile. So that's all that's on there. It's hardly any. And you're just going to lightly dab it on the tile, and it's going to kind of bleed and travel on its own. And I should take my own advice and stick something underneath it. And so you can make your own patterns however you like, using your favorite colors. You do Christmas colors, you could do sorority colors, you could do your favorite colors. If your friend has a favorite color, you could do different shades of that. And that's all that you do.
That's so cool.
So you just dab it. Like I said, you can use this technique on glass, any kind of glass, tiles, anything. But from there, you can, I would recommend maybe covering it with the Mod Podge again. Just so it doesn't, over the years, it might nick a little bit when you're packing these up. And so you want to make sure that the color is sealed on. But again, these are just chipboard letters that we went ahead and glued on there, and then the same ribbon application that we did before.
I love that. That is so cool and so easy. Really,
it's
really
so
cool.
easy. It looks really special and hard, but this is really so easy.
and you're giving me so many ideas, like for wine glasses, champagne glasses, just all the things you can do with it.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome. Trista, thank you so much for taking us through this. All right. Did I miss any crafts that we were going to talk about today?
No, I don't think so.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, this is so cool. What'd you say?
I said my desk is a hot mess.
But that's the fun about crafting. You know what I mean? Everything can get dirty and it's okay. Right. It's exciting. You have these finished products that are so cool. All my stuff is drying right now, so I can't really pick anything up. But I am going to try the glitter one next. I'll let you know how that goes.
Yes. Post some pictures and tag me with #HeyTrista.
I will. Hey Trista. HEY Trista?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. All right. And again, one more time, your website for people to go to.
triedandtrue by Trista.com. We'd
all right,
love to have you visit. And we've got downloads and videos on all of these techniques and more.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
Of course. Merry Christmas. We're so happy. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We're so happy we could bring you this holiday version, this Christmas version of the Strackhouse. We are so excited because we love bringing just a little bit of joy into your home every day, every week. And of course, to find out more information, to see missed previous episodes. And of course, we had kind of a little teaser in case you missed it before. There was a little Thanksgiving teaser, a Friendsgiving. You can also do something like that for Christmas. So in case you want to see that, all you have to do is go to the Strackhouse.com, and of course the Strackhouse on all of your streaming services and social media platforms. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully you have a wonderful Christmas.